Day 6 of Bruins training camp, and the lineup is starting to take shape. I'm Evan Marinofsky here outside Warrior Ice Arena in Brighton, Mass. And as I mentioned in a previous lineup preview video, I was going to do a separate video on Nick Ritchie in the third line and how that would all work out. So obviously, when people saw on Twitter and Bruins fans in general heard that Nick Ritchie was on the third line with Charlie Coyle and Craig Smith, everyone kind of winced and went, oh no, not Nick Ritchie. But I'm here to tell you that it's worth looking into. Now, obviously, the season's short. There's not as many games as normal. You don't have as much time to sort of see what works and what doesn't. You don't have preseason games. But I do think it's worth looking into Nick Ritchie on the third line, and here's why. Number one, the third line is going to be that puck possession line, and Nick Ritchie's a big physical presence that helps kind of create space for guys like Charlie Coyle and Craig Smith to do what they can do offensively. Craig Smith has a missile. Getting him the puck and letting him shoot it and creating space for him is going to be huge, and Charlie Coyle is a puck possession guy, as I mentioned, so kind of giving him that extra space to maneuver and do what he wants is also something interesting. And something I think the Bruins certainly want. And then Nick Ritchie in front of the net, I think, is also something that the Bruins need because they don't really have a lot of big net front presences on this team. Another reason I think Nick Ritchie on the third line is interesting is because of Anders Bjork. Now, a lot of people think Anders Bjork should be on the third line, and I think Bjork with Coyle and Smith would be a great trio. But Bjork's way better in his own zone. He's better defensively, and that's a quality that I think the fourth line needs more. You know, this is not your typical fourth line, as you know. The Bruins are at their best when their fourth line is going against other teams' top lines, and that's what Bjork brings to the fourth line that Nick Ritchie wouldn't. Anders Bjork can go against other teams' top lines and successfully shut them down alongside Corrali and Wagner. Nick Ritchie is not known for that. So playing into that, doing that to start the season, I think, is the right move for the Bruins. And here's what Nick Ritchie and Craig Smith had to say about playing together and their new third line.
Exactly. Yeah. Obviously, last year was a crazy year for everybody with the season ending and then the bubble, and that kind of craziness hasn't really stopped yet, but it's getting a little better by the looks of things. So it's nice to have somewhat of a normal training camp and get to have a full training camp with this team, and line mates so far have been really good, and we've been having some good chemistry, so hopefully we can keep that going into the games.
Yeah, they've been unbelievable. I mean, Coyle and Rich are two big bodies out there that can hang onto the puck and get in and win battles, and especially with having Chuck in the middle there. I mean, he's a guy that can hang onto the puck and wants to create a little space and let Rich and I kind of catch up and fill into some lanes. So it's been good, but it's going to take a little bit of time. I think, just coming in right away. We've seen a few days now together, and but I think once we get into a game and get to see how each other react in different situations, I think that can only help.
So that's what they have to say about the third line. That's what I have to say about the third line. Let me know what you think about Nick Ritchie, Charlie Coyle, and Craig Smith playing together, whether you want to say it on Twitter or in the comments section. But that is the third line. Keep it here for this Bruins season. And remember to subscribe to Bruins Rinkside for more Bruins content.